All right, let's dive in. Today, we're doing more than just talking about habits. We are cracking open the entire operating system behind what makes people achieve remarkable things. This is a deep, systems-focused breakdown of James Clear's game-changing book, Atomic Habits.
You know, we're always told that if you want big success, you need to make some massive, earth-shattering change. But what if that's just not true? What if the real secret to unlocking your potential is a change so tiny, it's almost invisible? Well, it all starts with this one kind of counterintuitive idea, the 1% rule.
1%. I mean, that's it. It sounds like basically nothing, right? If you improve by just 1% today, you're not going to feel some seismic shift. Honestly, you probably won't even notice. It feels, well, insignificant.
But, and this is a big but, this is where the power of the system just reveals itself. That tiny 1% improvement, when you compound it day after day for a whole year, it doesn't just add up. Oh no, it multiplies. You end up nearly 37 times better than when you started. That's the compound interest of self-improvement, and it's the engine that drives this entire framework.
Okay, so if those tiny 1% gains are the fuel, then what's the vehicle that's actually going to get you there? This brings us to the absolute core principle of the book, a really fundamental shift in how we think about achievement. It's all about focusing on systems over goals.
Let's really break that down. Think about it like this. A goal is the finish line. It's a single moment you're trying to get to. But a system, that's the whole race you're running, day in and day out. Goals, they're great for setting a direction, but it's the systems that actually get you moving. And this idea is just perfectly captured in one of the most powerful lines from the entire book. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Just let that sink in for a second. It means success isn't really about how ambitious you are. It's about how solid, how reliable your daily processes are.
So, if you've ever struggled to make a change stick, and I mean, who hasn't? Here's the key insight. This is huge. It's not a personal failing. The problem isn't you. The problem is your system. And you know what the great thing about a flawed system is? It can be debugged. It can be upgraded. It can be totally re-engineered for success.
But look, to build a system that's truly robust, one that actually lasts, we've got to go deeper than just our actions. We need to upgrade the operating system itself. And this brings us to the deepest level of change, what Clear calls identity-based habits. So James Clear gives us this really simple but profound model for behavior change. Think of it like an onion with 3 layers. Now, most of us, we try to change from the outside in, right? We start by focusing on the results we want. But the most powerful, lasting approach, it's the exact opposite.
So on the very outside, you've got your outcomes. That's what you get. In the middle, you have your processes. That's what you do. But right there at the core, the deepest level, is your identity, what you believe about yourself. Real, lasting change doesn't start with the goal of, say, losing weight. It starts by building the identity of, I am a healthy and active person. See the difference?
And this is how your systems literally shape who you are. Every little habit you perform isn't just an action. It's a piece of evidence. It is a vote that you cast for the kind of person you want to become. So going for a run isn't just exercise. It's a vote for, I'm a runner. Writing just 1 page is a vote for, I'm a writer. Your habits are literally how you embody a new identity, one small vote at a time.
Okay, so we've got the philosophy down, right? Systems over goals, all fueled by identity. But how do we actually build this machine? How do we do it? Well, let's get into the practical, step-by-step blueprint, the 4 laws of behavior change.
Think of this as the user manual for engineering your own behavior. To install a good habit into your personal system, you just have to follow these 4 steps. You design your life and your environment to make that new habit obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying.
And here's the most elegant part of this whole blueprint, the part that makes it so brilliant. It works perfectly in reverse. You don't need a whole new set of tools to get rid of bad habits. Nope, you just flip the switch on those same 4 laws.
The process is it's perfectly symmetrical. To break a bad habit, you just invert the laws. You make it invisible, unattractive, difficult, and unsatisfying. So say you want to stop eating junk food. You make it invisible by not even having it in your house. You make it difficult by adding friction. It's such a simple, powerful, 2-sided framework for everything.
So let's pull all these threads together now.
We've got the compounding 1% gains. We have the focus on systems, the power of identity, and the 4 laws. So what's the ultimate breakthrough here? It's the moment you stop just using the system and you become the system.
We've been conditioned our whole lives to see success as this final destination, right? A peak to conquer, a box to check. But this entire framework asks us to just throw that idea out the window. Success is not a goal to reach or a finish line to cross.
Instead, the true nature of success is this. It is a system to improve. It's not some static thing you get and then you have it forever. It's a living, dynamic process that you are constantly managing, constantly upgrading.
And that process, well, it never really stops. It's an endless process to refine. You're always on the hunt for that next 1% improvement, always debugging and optimizing your own personal code. The goal isn't to finish the race. The goal is to just keep playing the game better.
So I'll just leave you with this question to really think about. What becomes possible for you when you make that shift in your focus? What could you actually achieve if you stopped chasing those temporary results and instead dedicated yourself to building a better, more robust system for your life?
Because in the end, the ultimate transformation isn't really about what you do, it's about who you become. Don't just build the habits, become the system.